Howdy y'all, this is Ethan Bonreal doing something a little bit different this time around. I'm actually playing a game called Secrets of Grindea, and I'm doing the arcade mode version of this game. There's a story mode that has like a plot, and there's some pretty humorous dialogue, there's a sassy bag, but we're not going to do that because that's not what I'm really into right now. So arcade mode is a roguelike version of the game, and what I mean by that is you basically enter a dungeon. Enemies try to kill you, you get random items from the enemies, and you try to go as far in that dungeon as you possibly can until you either die or win. And that's what we're going to do right now, so let's go ahead and get into it. So, this video is going to move pretty quick. I'm going to be explaining things as I almost got bit by that bunny. I'm going to be explaining things as they happen. What I am doing for this run is I'm going to prioritize magic spells, but before we can even worry about those magic spells, we got to get through these first several rooms so I can level up and have enough EXP to learn a spell. That little bar to the left under my HP, the light blue one, is my EXP, and that is basically, holy shit, god damn it, it's actually bad, I shouldn't have got hit. That actually is how you can tell how well you are doing. Well, not how well you're doing on a run, but how close you are to leveling up. Once it's full, you're gonna level. High value. And we're actually fighting against the first boss already, because I made it through those first few rooms pretty quickly. And there you go, she's dead. Okay, see you, nerd. So, that's what I meant by this video moving quickly. We already beat the first floor. And I was struggling to explain shit as it happened. This is a pretty good game. Actually, I really enjoy it, in part because I enjoy how adorable it is, and I enjoy that those rabbits just really are intent on murdering you for, like, absolutely no reason other than you exist. Right here is a shop. Let's see. I generally prioritize getting, defense as quickly as possible because your HP is very valuable in this game. You really don't want to lose a lot of HP, because as you saw when that rabbit bit me, I like lost a fifth of my max EXP, or not EXP, HP, because they just do a lot of fucking damage, and you are very squishy in this game. Although we did just get a very good defensive item. The slime hat, I believe that's what it is. Yeah, we got it. That is the best defensive hat you can get this early in the game. So we don't quite have enough money yet. I'm gonna go ahead and sell this big stick, sell the sword. And do I have anything else I can sell this? So we almost have enough. I'm aiming for that red bandana right there. But anyway, let's go ahead and keep moving here. We gotta keep this LP moving here. It's gonna be pretty fast. Oh god, fucking bees. Pretty fast pace. The bees are actually, they're really weak enemies, but they're also really annoying because they tend to spawn in groups. And those groups can really easily overwhelm you if you don't have a strong shield. Alright, let's do this. I also really like the aesthetic of this game. Like, I think I mentioned this already, but it really reminds me of MapleStory. And the reason why I'm getting confused if I mentioned it already is I've tried to record this once before, but I don't remember what I said last time, so we just have to get into this, and holy shit. Alright, we gotta get those chickens into the coop by hitting them. There we go. Okay, let's see if we can get this chicken in there. Alright, we got that chicken in there. So the trick to doing this is you hit the chickens and then they run from whichever way you're following them from. So like, they'll just try to take the path that gets them away from you most quickly, so you have to really kind of navigate around them to get them to run into that coop. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and run back over to the shop before we head to the next boss. There we go, sell. What is this? Okay. We need a little bit more money. I don't know what to sell. I'm gonna sell these misc items. Yeah, we have enough to buy it now. Okay, there we go. Alright, there we go. We have 15 defense. That's pretty good. The only way this could be better is if we got the boots show you something that is going to help you out real quick, is that if you stand right so that your shield bar is like right at the bottom of this thing's roots, you can stand here and it will never be able to hit you. And this makes this boss fight extremely easy, because it can actually be a nightmare if you're playing this game for the first time. It can really easily, like, completely destroy you. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to the shop one more time and sell this claymore we got, because we don't need it because we're doing magic. Okay, let's sell that. Let's see if there's anything else I can get here. Nope, looks like there's nothing else I can practically get, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave. Anyway, how are y'all doing today? I'm doing just fine. I'm actually waiting for my laundry to finish, which is why I even started this LP. Because I didn't want to start an episode of Mother 3, because I would have ended up being here for like another 30 minutes. And I don't want to, because I need to get ready for class, which I mostly am. I actually called into work today, because I just felt the need to do so. I haven't done it in a good while. But I'm going to try to not make... Oh, hey, I got a carrot sword. That's actually a very useful item. But I'm not going to be using it because it's not a magic item. It is a one-handed melee weapon. The weapon I'm using right now is a magic wand that's mostly used for just making my magic hit harder. Alright, let's go ahead and level up this more. There we go. Level up my magic. Alright, this is a kind of hard chicken stage because they love to try to kill themselves like that. What that chicken to the right is doing, they like trying to kill themselves on these thorns. God damn it, yeah. Part of the fun of Grindea is that it's not necessarily random, it's just like if you make any mistakes, it just really fucks you up really bad. And it's fun seeing how you die in a lot of ways, but on the flip side, it's fun seeing how you do well. Because if you get a really good loadout, because like I said, the enemy placement is random, and the enemy selection is quasi-random. So like here, I could have gotten anything between angry boars, a bunch of plants, a bunch of bees, a bunch of slimes, or a bunch of these rabbits. But instead, I got a pretty solid loadout where I could just run in circles and kill those things. Yeah, things. I'll call them things. Okay. Let's go ahead and sell. Nope, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Alright, sell this. I don't need it. So we want to keep our eyes out for anything that increases our magic. I'm going to hold off on buying this shirt for now, because I want to make sure we don't find a better shirt before I waste my money on that. Get out of here, bees. Also, enemies that are flying, like those bees, you might have noticed I have to wait for them to attack to be able to hit them. Otherwise, they will just kind of fly away, and I'll miss, which will make me sad. Not slimes. Also, get out of here, bee. And that little circle that's beneath that bees will not feed, because bees do have feet, but that bee doesn't have feet. Beneath that bee is indicating that it is a rare enemy, and it will do more damage, and sometimes have a special effect. So, actually, I'm gonna kill the boss first before I do this. I really hope it's not Gigas. Okay, thank God. This is actually a really good run, outside of the fact that I've been hit several times. Shit. Okay, good. I didn't get hit. This is actually a really, really easy fight, and if you get this fight as the boss fight on the 3rd floor, you are extremely lucky, because there's another possible fight that you can get, because remember, the boss selection is semi-random. That is called Giga Slime, and it can really just completely murder your run, because it is really hard if you get a bad set of items from the first few floors. But luckily, we didn't have that problem, so we're not going to worry about that, and we're going to have a good one, because that is what I am hoping for, and I'm putting that out into the universe. Alright, we killed her. And we got another sword. We're going to go ahead and sell that. I'm also getting really lucky with the number of shops I've found. You usually do not see shops that close together. I'm going to go ahead and sell this. You can actually technically use those items, that the misc items that I'm selling, to craft items, but I've never gotten far enough in the game for that to be an issue, so I just automatically sell them, to be honest. There we go, we got that shirt on. Alright, so we have a whopping 17 defense. The items we're going to be looking out for now is an item called the Chainmail Vest, and there's also a Heart Shirt. They both give a lot of defense. The Chainmail gives like a huge amount of defense, and the Heart Shirt gives like a medium amount of defense, but it also gives you a, what the fuck is it called? I'm trying to remember. It also gives you an HP bonus. And I didn't explain that either because we have been moving pretty fast, is that after you beat a boss, once you go to this little statue, you'll get something that heals you. And if your HP is full, actually, after you defeat the boss, she'll give you a little potion that you can use if your HP gets low, and it will heal you, but it's not that big of a heal. So generally when you see those beehives, you want to prioritize killing them first, because they're just going to keep spawning bees over and over again, and it is really obnoxious. Okay, bees, please. Okay, I really don't want to get hit. Okay, there we go, got it. Also, the bees summoned from the beehive don't give extra EXP, I think. So it's not like you need to just kill them as fast as you can, because you don't really get anything out of them. Alright, come here, bee. God damn it, you got hit. That's fine though. It was a pretty weak hit. Alright, get out of here. The other good thing about the bug swarm is that it lets you do other stuff while the spell's active, and what I mean by that is that you don't have to worry about like controlling or aiming the spell. You can just kind of throw it and it'll do its own thing like this, so that you can focus on doing other stuff or like running around and not getting murdered. Okay, got an arrow back, that was good. I think we're gonna go for it first before ah shit, almost got bit. Should call getting stung by a bee getting bit though. I get that from my mom. She actually refers to stinging insects as biters, which confuses me a little bit because they very clearly don't bite you, but alas, such is life. There we go. Alright, so I maxed out crit. I should probably explain what I'm doing here with my level ups. So what I'm doing is leveling up the swarm. Like I said, it spreads as it kills stuff. But also for my talents, I got the critical hit chance talent called Surgeon, and that increases when it's maxed out your critical hit chance by 15%. That's pretty significant in this game because the quicker you can kill things, even if it's just a slight chance of it happening, god damn it, this is really hard to do, is really big, and it's more obvious when you're doing other spells that do like larger amounts of flat damage instead of doing damage over time, like the Swarm. But it is a very important stat I've found for winning floors successfully, just because it takes so long, or it's better to kill things quickly than it is to not kill them quickly, and that's kind of how most roguelike games are. Generally, being very tanky doesn't do anything to help you outside of delaying your death. You really need to be able to kill things very quickly to succeed well. What that person is right there that's the nurse. They offer to heal you, but it costs a massive amount of money to be healed, so I'm going to show you. It cost me 334 gold to heal like only 20-something HP, and that's really fucking ridiculous. Especially considering the things you buy in this game cost a lot of cost a lot of gold, and you really need to hold on to most of it. At the same time, though, if I already have a lot of defense, holy shit, I almost died. I thought I was paying attention. At the same time, if you have a lot of defense already, getting healing with the nurse is actually pretty worth it. Also, jackpot, we got a really good item. It's a magic wand that's an upgrade. It's pretty worth to get your HP healed if you already have. Oh shit, I just got hit for no fucking reason. Let's just screw. Let's see if I can do this. Or I can. Please don't kill me. I'm doing pretty well this fight though. Giga Slime is really how I determine if I'm gonna win or not. And I think I'm actually not gonna win. Holy shit, life is hard. And the reason, one of the things, if you, that ability where it winds up and spins up as a giant thing is really what makes this enormously hard. In addition to the fact that it's constantly moving and spitting out slime. Oh god fucking damn it. Yeah, I'm dead. God fucking damn it. Makes it really hard. So if you see the iron shield, it's an item upgrade you can get from the shops, or you can randomly find it. I would recommend definitely going for that, because it lets you just sit there and shield through all of that thing's damage, and you don't have to worry about getting murdered. But in any case, that was a run of Secrets of Grindea. It's a really fun game. Now that I've explained what's going on with the game, I'm probably going to do more videos of this on occasion, just because it's really fun, and to be honest, I enjoy Mother 3, but I gotta think about what I'm doing more. Or rather, I have to read dialogue, and that's fucking not as fun as it could be. So, I'm gonna do this every once in a while. That doesn't mean I'm done with that, and it's not gonna go the way of Final Fantasy Tactics or Earthbound, where I just say I'm gonna do it, and then I never do it. I'm still doing it, because I want to. So, I'll see you nerds later. I'll probably post another video of this pretty soon. Thanks, and have a good day.